London is one of the most influential cities in the world today, but it was not always the vast metropolis we know now. Nearly 2,000 years ago, London began as a small Roman settlement. So how did a tiny city become Greater London, one of the largest urban regions in Europe? To understand modern London, we must first go back to its ancient origins. London's history begins in 43 AD, when the Romans invaded Britain and founded a settlement called Londinium along the River Thames. The location was strategically chosen because the River Thames was a key trade route, allowing goods and people to travel easily across the region. Londinium quickly developed into a major Roman trading centre, complete with roads, markets, temples, and defensive walls. Archaeological evidence shows that it became one of the most important settlements in Roman Britain. However, this early London was extremely small compared to today. It mainly covered the area that is now known as the City of London, which is only about 1 square mile in size. After the Romans withdrew from Britain in the early 5th century, Londinium declined significantly for a period of time. But by the medieval era, London began to grow again as a centre of trade, politics, and commerce. The historic core became known as the City of London, which developed its own unique governance system that still exists today. Even now, the City of London operates separately from the wider Greater London area. Outside the city walls, nearby settlements such as Westminster, Southwark, and Greenwich developed independently. At this stage, these areas were not officially part of London, even though they were economically connected to the city. London's major physical expansion began during the Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries. Rapid industrialisation, population growth, and the construction of railway networks transformed the scale of the city. Railways allowed people to live further away from the historic centre while commuting into London for work. This led to the development of suburbs across surrounding counties, including Middlesex, Essex, Kent, and Surrey. Many places that were once rural villages gradually became part of London's expanding urban landscape. Areas such as Islington, Hackney, and Camden, which were historically part of Middlesex, became increasingly integrated into the growing metropolis. By the late 19th century, London had expanded far beyond the boundaries of the historic City of London. In response to this growth, the administrative county of London was officially created in 1889 and governed by the London County Council. This new administrative area included many inner districts such as Lambeth, Kensington, Chelsea, and Suffolk. However, it still did not include many of the outer suburbs that functioned as part of London's urban area. As a result, the real London continued to expand beyond its official administrative borders. Before the creation of Greater London, many areas people considered part of London were actually governed by neighbouring historic counties. For example, Croydon and Kingston upon Thames were historically part of Surrey. Bromley and Bexley were part of Kent. Meanwhile, areas such as Redbridge, Havering and Barking were historically located within Essex. Large parts of North West and West London, including Barnet, Enfield, Harrow and Hillingdon, were historically part of Middlesex. Despite being economically and socially connected to London, these areas were administered separately for many years. By the mid-20th century, London's continuous urban growth made the existing administrative system outdated and inefficient. Millions of people were living in suburbs that functioned as part of London, but were governed by different county councils. To solve this issue, the UK government passed the London Government Act 1963. This major reform officially came into effect in 1965 and created the administrative region known as Greater London. The reform aimed to match London's governance structure with the true scale of its urban expansion. Greater London was formed by merging the old County of London with surrounding urban districts from multiple historic counties. From Middlesex, Boroughs such as Ealing, Hounslow, Harrow, Enfield and Hillingdon became part of Greater London. From Essex, areas including Redbridge, Havering and Barking and Dagenham were incorporated into the capital. From Surrey, major towns such as Croydon, Kingston upon Thames and Sutton were officially absorbed into Greater London. Similarly, Bromley and Bexley, which had historically been part of Kent, were also included within the new Greater London boundary. This reorganisation created the modern structure of London, consisting of 32 boroughs along with the historic City of London. Today, Greater London covers over 1,500 square kilometres and is home to more than 8 million people. It is one of the world's leading global cities in finance, culture and international influence. Despite its enormous expansion, the historic City of London still remains a distinct financial district at the heart of the metropolis. From a small Roman settlement called Londinium to a vast modern megacity, London's growth reflects centuries of economic development, transportation expansion, and administrative reform. The creation of Greater London in 1965 marked the moment when the city's official boundaries finally caught up with its real size and influence.